Hello, hello, hello. It says I'm live. So how is everyone doing today? Welcome to the free weekly webinar training, Money Mindset Makeover. I'm super excited that y'all are here today. Yes, these are the perks of being an entrepreneur. I am not set up in my normal station because I'm not feeling so well today. So I'm doing this from the comfort of my bedroom. And so welcome to my bedroom. But I have an amazing show for you guys today. So let me hop on over here. You know what the cool thing is? I'm figuring out how to use my this webinar jam thing so I can see how many people are here, exactly who's here. I can even figure out the requests that people have been making. And again, I just want to welcome you all here. If you guys did not listen to the radio show this morning, I'm really going to encourage you guys to do that. We had, why do I do this? Galit. Forget it. Don't even try. Anyways, she was on today. She's an expert in finding your passions, helping you find your passion, helping you live your passion. And it was a pretty cool conversation. It was 60 minutes of pretty cool information, conversation. And I'm going to, here, I think actually, boom. Take that, copy, paste that, click on it. I'm not sure what you can do on your end, but if you didn't listen to it, that is the link to go ahead and listen to it. Also, if this is the first time you guys are here, this is my website. Jamie, let me know when I can share some tips on Webinar Jam. Yes, please, Mr. Jamie. I would love that. I would really, really love that. Okay, so I'm going to address that, Jamie. Oh, thanks, Jamie. I'm so glad you were there. I saw you on the chat box. And for those of you guys who don't know, I also open up the live chat box within Blog Talk Radio. So you guys can type in your questions, I'll ask them, and we can just stay more connected. Feedback, whatever the case is. So awesome. I'm glad you were there, Jamie. Also, today's show is all about saying yes and worrying about it later, right? And I see that there's a bit of a delay with my speech. Let me know if everything's good on the other end. Jamie, thank you for letting me know that you're here. Anybody else there? I see that we got a few viewers on. Type your name in, where you're from. I really want to celebrate you being here right now. Today's show is all about saying yes, worrying about it later. And guess what, guys? Damn it. I was speaking directly to something. Anyways, I'm not feeling well today. Not that I'm not feeling well. I'm sore, so it's really challenging for me to have the enthusiasm that I normally do have on these webinars. Nonetheless, like I shared with you when you first hopped on the webinar, because I am an entrepreneur who works at home most of the time, unless I'm hosting a nature camp with my partner, Tracy McDowell, or unless I'm giving a workshop, doing some public speaking, whatever the case is, networking, love networking. I am working in the comfort of my home. This summer, I got both my little ones home. They are 10 and 11 now. Good Lord, where's the time going? And I set them up with some projects, and I'm in the comfort of my bedroom because this is where I'm most comfortable right now. I even have this amazing little heating pack, and I'm able to continue my consistency, right? I'm able to still present to you guys today. I put together a kick butt slideshow for you guys today. Some really useful tips today. So this is just one of the amazing perks of being able to work at home, being an entrepreneur who works at home. I can still be here for you guys, right? So I'm totally celebrating that, and I'm so thankful that I am able to do this. So thank you, everybody, for coming. Again, I see there's quite a few viewers on the line. Pop in your name and let me know who you are and where you're from. Now, today is all about saying yes, worrying about it later. I haven't decided. I got a couple books sitting here in front of me. Hi, Mark. How are you? Thank you for joining us today. I love having Mark on the line. He is a fellow life coach, so he shares a lot of really useful tips. So it's always a joy to have Mark on the line when I'm doing a webinar. I can tell the difference between my normal enthusiasm and the little bit of lack of today. I felt like I overexerted myself before the webinar, but that's okay. I'm just gonna put myself in the position of being able to give back as much as I possibly can, and then I will relax after. Now, like I said, today we're going to talk about saying yes, worrying about it later. Now, this is huge. This is why I'm able to sit in front of you guys today, because I said yes and I worried about it later. Okay? This is something that I began practicing a couple of years ago. And there were a few things that happened where I was presented with an opportunity. I sat on it for a little while, and then boom, the opportunity was gone. Now, I'm a firm believer in that opportunities do come around again, but like you'll see in the slideshow, not always that same opportunity will be presented to you. It'll be clearly something different, right? So if you're offered this killer promotion in your job or whatever the case is, and you feel like you're not ready, I'm not going to do it, whatever the case is, I need to know more, and you say no to that opportunity, something like that, you're not going to get the exact same opportunity coming your way, right? But you will get similar opportunities depending on how well you manifest, okay? So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a little bit about that. Like I said, I got a couple books sitting in front of me. I'm not sure which one I'm going to give away today. I'm really going to feel that out. So if you guys have a request, let me know. And I'm just going to get started. I'm just celebrating each and every one of you guys for being here. Let's just get started. Start screen share. And yes, Jamie, I'm really pumped to have you as a close friend, and you can mentor me in Webinar Jam, make it even better. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thursdays, Invest in Yourself, free money mindset makeover webinar training. Let's do this. Today, you guys are going to find out why you should say yes and worry about it later. Why saying yes will bring about even more opportunities. Why saying yes is the fastest way to learning anything, right? And why saying yes will bring about more success and happiness in your life. And like I said, if you didn't listen to this morning's radio show, you got to go and listen to that. All about passion and happiness. If you are new to the webinar, my programs have been featured on breakfast television, CTV morning, evening news, CJOB, numerous articles written up in the Winnipeg Free Press and local newspapers. And not only am I the creator of the Invest in Yourself course, but I'm also the creator of the Empowering Kids program. Here is my partner, Little Miss Tracy McDowell, and this is a field trip that we hosted for St. Aidan's Christian School, and we run an Empowering Kids nature program during the summer. We still have room left in August 15th, so enroll your kiddies today. That'll fill up very quickly. Probably 2 weeks before the camp takes off, that's when we get bombarded with calls. So it's best if you guys enroll your kids now. Week 2 is already full. So we're opening an alternative learning center 2017, September 2017. And what we're going to do is we're going to host, like, I'm not a fan of your regular sell some chocolate bars, let's raise some money type of events. I want some real substance. I want to create a community. And part of the way I'm going to do this is we're going to host free informational evenings or days or family days, you name it, but you're going to have some really amazing concrete information handed to you, kind of like this webinar, but all directed to empowering kids, empowering yourself, empowering youth, what we can do to really make this world a better place, and provide a space for all of those kids out there who don't thrive in a classroom. That's what this is, man. You need an ulterior space to thrive. I know I did growing up, and I know that my son does, and I know that there are a ton of other people's children who could thrive in this space. So yes, please spread the word and connect with me if you want to hear any more information on it. Like I said, we still have 1 week left, August 15th. It's being hosted at Sage Hill Stables. Love that property. And I'm also the creator of the Invest in Yourself online course, which is what we're going to be talking about today. This lady, oh, don't even make me say her name again. It's right here. She was on the radio show this morning, so I host a weekly radio show as well. I also have signature talks, and I was going through my signature talks yesterday, and I have like 3 more signature talks that I never did add to this webinar. So I'm going to do that for you guys next week. I do a signature talk on real success, real people, because I want to see real people, right? Real people around me experiencing extreme success. That makes things more believable for me. This one I love. It's overcoming your negative self-talking. Let's face it, this is like step 1 to experiencing success in your business. This is for children, emotional intelligence. I do workshops, youth workshops around Manitoba. These are me and my kitties. If this is your first time attending this live event, then this is my why for generating income in my business and working at home. I'm a single homeschooling, business owning mama, and I love the freedom to world school. I love traveling with my kids. I love going out for lunch with my kids. I love experiencing whatever we can experience with my kids and not having money be an issue. And another thing is really special to me is my going to be 21-year-old daughter. I love spending time with her, taking her on mother-daughter days. If I want to, take her to the spa or take her shopping or maybe something that doesn't even cost money. But if it does cost money, I don't want to have to worry about it. I just want to worry about the bond between us. Okay. So that is my why. These little bums are my why. They're so adorable. So before I go on, I'm just going to switch back over here and see if anybody has any questions. Okay, so before we get started, guys, if you guys just logged on, my energy is a little low. I'm not feeling all that well, but nonetheless, I'm here, and I want you guys to just take as much out of it as you possibly can. And yes, so if you guys have, you know what I want you to do? When in your life, before we get started, because then we can reflect back, when in your life did you say yes and worried about it later? And here's why I'm doing the webinar on this topic this week. I'm in my own high-end mastermind that I attend because it keeps me motivated and helps me make my business even bigger and better than it already is. And it also helps me in balancing my life in every life area. Okay, not only for my business, but it's also for my life. Okay, because my life is my business. They all kind of blend together. It all works together. And I'm losing my train of thought today. I'm going to do good. Just wait. I want you to share with me. I totally lost my train of thought, but I'll get it back. Okay, guys, please be patient with me today. When did you say yes and worry about it later? When did you say yes and worry about it later? Pop into the chat box. That's what I was getting to. So in this mastermind, there's 20 plus healers and coaches that I get to ask. Jamie, you are awesome. Thank you. There's like 20 plus coaches and healers in this group, and I get just to feed off of them, right? They're brilliant, they're amazing, they're successful, and I get to feed off them. But they came back about a week ago on one of our calls and said, 2 or 3 of them said, I took Tanya's advice. I said yes, worried about it later. I have a radio show guest coming on next week and she took my advice. I said yes, worrying about it later. And it was made such an impact on those coaches and healers who I look at and go, my gosh, I wanna learn from you guys. And they said just that one little phrase made such a big impact, and I can't help but agree. A couple of years ago, and this is when I think around the first time that I ever heard it, and I shared a video on this, and I said, like, probably almost 3 years ago when I decided that my marriage was over, that's what I did. I couldn't logically tell you any good reason for me to leave, but I had every reason not to leave, right? You have the children, you have the beautiful home, you have the prosperous business, you have the this, you have the that. My husband was a great person. I didn't have the answers, but I was listening to a podcast one morning and it said, if you don't, if you feel something really strongly and you can't explain why, I mean, it went into this whole hour-long thing, but that was what I took from it. Follow it. Say yes. Just say yes. Just follow your intuition, your gut, whatever the case is, right? So I did that. And that was the very first time that I followed it without knowing why. Okay. And I wouldn't be here talking to you guys today pursuing, my business without having learned that really huge lesson in my life. So a few other examples was when I was presented with an opportunity to go on CTV about 2.5 years ago, and I procrastinated. And a day later, I answered them. I took the day to panic, and then the day later, I answered them. Well, the spot was already gone. So the next time I was presented with an opportunity to be on the news to present my programs, I said yes, and I was like, I'll worry about it later. I'll worry about it later. And then I was offered a spot in this big trade show type thing. I said, yes, worried about it later. And it just became a habit, a sequence of like all these events were popping up, these opportunities were popping up. And what I noticed was that every time I said yes, I put myself in a place of being surrounded by more like-minded people, successful, go-getting type people. And I had more things to say yes to. Was it scary? Hell yeah. I'm going to get into that in the slideshow. But everything is when you step outside of your comfort zone. Am I right? So I invite you guys to put in the chat box, either share with me a moment in your lives where you were presented with an opportunity and you were like, screw this. I am not taking that. It is way too scary. I'm not ready. I need another certification, whatever the case is, whatever excuse or reason you came up with, share with me. Or share with me a time where you said yes, panicked later, and made it happen. Okay? Go ahead and pop that into the chat box, and I'm going to go over and continue my little presentation. Okay, so I wanted to share this with you guys. It was, this morning I was collecting a few images to put down here. So I Googled, right? Say yes, worry about it later. And guess whose picture pops up here? I was like, what? How did they find my picture? So clearly I've been promoting this for a little while. And that's like an old one too. I thought that was funny. I wanted to share with you guys. So say yes and worry about it later. Say yes, you'll figure it out afterwards, right? Even Tina Fey agrees with me. Okay, say yes to new adventures. There are so many reasons to say no, but something within you is wanting to say yes. I think you guys all can agree with this. At some point in your life, you've felt this. Life is richer, fuller, more vibrant when we say yes. Do more, create more, and live more. When we say yes, we attract more positivity in our lives, right? We stop holding ourselves back. We allow things to happen. We allow life to happen. You know, when we want to experience something, when we want something so badly without even knowing it, we're manifesting it, right? We are thinking about it and feeling it and wanting it so much that the universe, God, divinity is constantly presenting us with opportunities in order for us to take in order to make it happen. So if you are wanting $1 million, okay, maybe you want to make $10,000 a month, maybe you want to make 100 grand a year, whatever the case is for you, and you're asking God, source, divinity, you're praying, you're wanting it so badly, God isn't going to hand you a check for $10,000 each and every month, or $1 million, or a check for 100 grand. That's not how God, source, divinity works. How it works is you're handed opportunities, right? You're handed opportunities, and it's up to you to say yes or no to these opportunities in order to receive what it is that you've been asking for. Okay, does that make sense? So that is a very, very important key understanding of why we got to say yes to the opportunities that we're presented with. You know the gentleman Dan King who comes on a radio show once every month? What did he say to me? He said to me something. I was presented with something in my life that I've been desiring and manifesting for a very long time. It was presented to me, this opportunity, this manifestation was presented to me in a way that was not, that I didn't think it would be presented to me by, right? Does that make sense? Did you get that? However, so I manifested this and I wanted this and I wanted this experience so much. It was a desire of mine for years. It was given to me, but not in the form. It was like in an unfamiliar form. Does that make sense? And you got to remember, God, source, divinity always knows more than we know, and it may be presented you in even better way than you could imagine in your own conscious minds. Right? And when you say no to something that the universe is pretty much handing to you, this is what he said to me, Tanya, it's like slapping the universe in the face. And I was like, whoa, that was harsh, but okay. So I don't know if that's going to be of use to you guys. I hope it will be. It was for me. So let's move on. So take the opportunity as a compliment from the universe, God, source, divinity. You know me, I always use all the terms. When we do, we're going to find more opportunity. Yes leads to more doors opening for you. And the same opportunities don't always arise again. I already mentioned that, right? Different opportunities will, but not always the same opportunities. So before I go on, I'm just going to hop on over and see if anyone has made any comments. Jamie was given the opportunity and fear said no, and I listened. Jamie took a job in pest control. A little different, absolutely. So Jamie, you were given an opportunity and it was fearful, so you said no to it, correct? Mark said yes to ultimate leadership in March 2010. Most difficult thing I've ever experienced. Dramatically changed my life for the better. Boom. Love that. Ultimate leadership. Why was it the most difficult thing you've ever experienced? I'm curious. It might tie into the rest of the presentation, Mark. Jamie, a personal trainer. So you're presented with an opportunity to become a personal trainer and you were fearful and you said no, right? So the thing that I invite you guys to really focus on is we were all presented with an inner compass, right? A couple hundred years ago, we all based our decisions. Yeah, we all based our decisions on what our inner compass told us, not logically what made sense, right? But we don't do that anymore. We're always like, okay, well, does this make sense? Am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to be able to do that? And so on and so forth. And our minds really get mixed up with our intuition, right? Our inner compass. So I'm telling you, your first instinct, pay attention. When you're presented with an opportunity, that opportunity is going to look good. If you find yourself daydreaming about it and you feel good about it and you get that little stir up in your stomach, that is an indication that, hell yeah, it's going to be scary, but I want to do it. There's a difference between that's scary and that doesn't, I don't want to do that at all. It doesn't feel good. There's something off there. You don't even need to know what it is, but there's something off there. Okay. I really invite you guys to pay attention to that, because everything that we do that is new, that we've never done before, is scary. Everything. So if you're not scared on a daily basis, we're not moving forward. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to go back on over to the presentation, but I would love to hear your feedback, Mark. And Jamie, yes, it was personal training. So I'm just going to invite you guys. You're welcome to share, be vulnerable, share. You'll inspire somebody else around you if you do. If not, I totally honor that. But I'm going to invite you, if you're okay with it, to share, like, what would you, what do you do now when you're presented with an opportunity? Did it make an impact? Have you experienced regret because of that? So share with us there, and then I'm going to go back to the presentation here. Present to everyone, and here I am. Okay, so different opportunities will arise, but not always the same. If somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure you can do it, say yes, then learn how to do it later. You know how many times I've done this? All the freaking time. All the time. You have no choice. You have no choice but to make it happen, right? Is it scary to say yes? Hell yes, it is. But it's always scary when you're moving out of the comfort zone. We just chatted on that. But here, listen to this. You got to push past those boundaries, okay? Why are we all here if not to live the highest, fullest version of ourselves? By saying yes, we invite possibility into our lives and the ability to learn what we are capable of and just how far we can go. It pays to push ourselves just a little harder. You got to go outside of those comfort zones, which bring me back to this, right? Say yes and learn how to later. Say yes and worry about it later. When I signed up for my coaching package, I needed help balancing my life. Come on, guys. I was going through a separation, right? That's probably the hardest thing, one of the hardest things that I've ever experienced in my life. Not only was I trying to grow a business and do what it was that I was called to do, which was continue homeschooling, run this business, be on my own. I didn't know how to do it. If I didn't get a mentor who was already doing what I wanted to be doing, then I wouldn't be where I am today. I just wouldn't be, because I didn't know what I didn't know, right? You don't know what you don't know. Plus, you got support and everything else. And I was asked, how are you going to do it? And that was one of the times where I was like, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do it. All I know is that if I don't do it, I'm not going to be who I want to be. I'm not going to be living the life that I want to live. So it was like, it was like go big or go home, pretty much. So that's what I did. And I wouldn't be telling you guys, say yes, worry about it later, if I didn't live it. Okay. This is probably one of the biggest things that I do in my life, that I live by. Okay. So by saying yes to an opportunity, it might just change your life. Boom. I just said that. Right. And I'm telling you from personal experience, it freaking does. It does change your life. Okay. Back when I first started coaching, I always shared with each and every client quotes from my favorite people. Steve Jobs was one of my favorite people, still was one of my favorite people. Albert Einstein, Brian Tracy, and there's a few others. But I love what this guy has to say, and I chose this picture because it's just like cocky, just like Steve Jobs was. Life is short. Don't ask why. Ask why not. Why not? Ha ha ha. I always say that. I love wine. Steve Jobs. Okay, so remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. A little perspective helps us abandon our fears, right? So I'm just going to hop on over here and see if anybody messaged back. Yep. Mr. Jamie, I try not to live in regret. However, the direction of personal trainer would have continued to build on health successes I had achieved at that point. Good. I feared I was not an example and that I was not someone to follow. What I've learned from this experience was that I needed to value myself and my success more, because I walked away from a chance to help people with their own growth and passions, but instead took a job that provided me a license to kill, literally. That's very powerful, Jamie. That is very, very powerful. Now that I've asked you that and you voiced that, my invitation to you is that you are where you're supposed to be, right? There are a lot of opportunities that I didn't say yes to, but each of those experiences served in my knowledge today that I'm able to pass forward, right? So regret, even if it's like, yeah, I did this, but I wish I would have done it this way. You kind of got to look at it like, yeah, I did this, and this is what I've learned from it. Because really, life is learning, right? Life is our biggest school. If you're not making mistakes, you're not making progress, right? You're not trying. You're not stepping out of that comfort zone. Mistakes are huge for learning and personal growth. So you stepped out. You were like, all right. So the next time you're presented with an opportunity, you have that memory, right? You have that core memory. Mark, it is a 1-week interactive workshop experience asked on spiritual principles of leadership and character development that led to personal revelation and significant shifts in my behavior. One participant called it an emotional nudist camp. Oh my gosh. I love that. That's cool. And that was 6 years ago. Are they still offering that? If they are, let me know. That's, no matter what level you're at, like new level, new devil, you'll always hear me say that, right? You like, vulnerability is still on every level. I don't care if you're a millionaire. Vulnerability is still a gremlin that everybody faces. So I'm totally interested in that, because I know damn well the more vulnerable you are, the more success you're going to experience. So that's super cool, Mark. I'd love to hear more about that. Love it. See, this is still happening. This is still happening. Let's get back on over to the screen share. Present to everyone. All right. So, love that, Steve Jobs. Okay. Just like the radical honesty that we do in the program, we always ask ourselves, what is the worst thing that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? And then, throughout the process, we get to the point of, I bathe in the feeling of what could come of saying yes, right? What could come of saying yes? So here's a couple of testimonials from Little Miss. This is a testimonial from Sherry Selly, creator of Tribe Meditation. She says, I have said it before, but I'm going to say it again. I think that I am one hell of a businesswoman, which she really, really is. This woman, I learned from her. She's my client. I learned from her. But Tanya Clarke-Marinelli still teaches me something new every single day. I've put it off, and now I'm going to do the Invest in Yourself program. Now that she's doing it, she's mad she didn't start sooner. I remember her telling me that. It was hilarious. I'm like, everything happens in the very divine timing, my love. Another client said, I've been sitting on my about page for 2 freaking years. She was with me for 30 days, had her entire about page done, her hero's journey, and answering all these questions for her clients. Amazing. 2 years? Come on, man. See, that's the importance of mindset behind business, because you might know exactly what to do, but if you got gremlins and you have things that are blocking you, you can't consciously tap into those. You got to tap into your subconscious blocks. And then once you tap into those, you're able to get right through it. So that's cool. I've had more out of 6 sessions with Tanya than out of 6 months of personal counseling. I'm still buzzing and excited about the program 2 months after beginning it. Morgan created her consulting business website, began her creating her modules all within 60 days of beginning the program. So, and this is all due to, Morgan at the bottom there. She when she signed up with me, she's like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. Basically nothing. She's starting from scratch. 60 days. This woman had her website, about page, all of the necessary pages, testimonials. And now she's working on her 6 module site so her clients can come up. And she's got practice clients. Like, it blows my mind, the success that these women are having. And that's precisely why the price is increasing by July 31st. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. So, saying yes in your business. Okay, here is why it's important to say yes in your business. You're going to build your network. You're going to meet new people and future friends. Trust me, almost every person that signs up to work with me become dear friends, or were dear friends and continue to be. You will be more successful and happier. If you don't say yes, okay, so if we're not saying yes, then we're not progressing. And we are built to progress. If we're not progressing, then we feel a sense of being stuck. And in those cases, we can even experience depression. We evolved. This is who we are. We are beings that gotta progress, okay? We gotta keep going. And that means saying yes. So by saying yes in your business, you're gonna overcome your fear and insecurity. Your confidence is going to grow. You'll become more outgoing. You really, really will, because your confidence will grow. Then you can become more outgoing. You'll be more confident to talk to people. And by saying yes, you're always going to start before you always got to start before you're ready. Hell, I could do a webinar on that alone. Start before you're ready. That is the best way to learn. That's the best way to kick your own ass. Right or right. If you don't, you may block a miracle from happening. Right? So I'm just going to pop over here and see what y'all have to say. Mark, yes. I've been back 2 times since then and have sent a lot of people over there over the years. Well, send me the information, Mark, because this is definitely something that I'm interested in. I love getting out there networking, right? I love finding, if I go to that thing, chances are I'm going to find a bunch of people who think like I do, right? And I love growing my network of people. How many friends and like-minded people did you walk away after attending? Did you walk away knowing after you attended that, Mark? I'm very curious to hear. Okay, so I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do something different. And it's something that I've been kind of sitting on, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just going to check my messages to see if, thanks. I just got your message, you know who. Okay, I'm going to do something different. And here I'm going to practice what I preach. And I always practice what I preach. I do my best to practice what I preach, okay? Because that's like real authenticity, right? So I always share that it's not about competition, it's about collaboration. So I haven't yet given away my business coach's books, but I'm going to today, okay? Because it's not about competition, it's about collaboration. She's amazing. I learn a lot from her. She's Canadian. I love her. She's very real, down to earth. And I think that's why I picked her as my coach, because it's like, I don't have to be careful about dropping an F-bomb here and there. Shut up. It's in Laguna Beach, he says. I've been to Laguna Beach twice. Guess where my business coach lives? Laguna Beach. Isn't that hilarious? Okay. So, I'll sign up. I could go back to Laguna Beach. I swear to God, one day I'm going to live there. It's beautiful. Creative mind versus competition mind. Science of getting rich. Absolutely. See, it's taught everywhere. So I'm gonna give away one of her books. You tell me which one you want. So her coaching business is called Take Your Power Back Now. And it's amazing. It really resonated with me because it was really what I needed to do at the time. Okay, I got it, Jamie. And so Take Your Power Back Now. And it's all about overcoming resistance to creating a life that you love. And she's also, this is her very first book, and it was From Bankrupt to $900 a Day Selling Mops. And that's how she mastered her sales, was by getting up in front of people on stage for 4 years, selling mops and dominating the industry, and then leaving it because she dominated it. She couldn't get any further. So rising entrepreneurs have to mop up on cash in any economy. And absolutely, I don't know how many times I hear people say, oh, but the economy, oh, but this, oh, but that. And it's like, you can make a go on an online business, being an entrepreneur, regardless of what is happening in our economy. Okay? You're global. You're global. And no matter what's happening out there, there are always people looking to invest. Okay? Now, From Bankrupt to $900 a Day, I think I like the idea of this one, because she's got a lot of great processes in here as well, like things that you can do. And I like supporting, I like supporting local Canadians. So I'm going to do that one. So it's all about collaboration. Am I right? Now, saying yes, worrying about it later. What am I going to ask you to give me this book? Take Your Power sounds back. Take Your Power Back Now sounds good too. Sure. Okay. So if you guys, and welcome Louise. I'm so happy you came today. Take Your Power Back Now. So Take Your Power Back Now is an amazing book. It's very raw. This book is very raw, but it's all about Vanessa's journey to she was, I believe it was during this time, right, where she was trying to master her business, but that relationship side was not very strong. And many times, Tony Robbins says, if your relationship area is not ranked high, then it affects every other area of your life. Okay, that's how important your relationship side is. And if you're not in a relationship, well, you score a 0. And we do this process in the Invest in Yourself program. And if you score a 0, then that affects every other area in your life. That's how important collaboration is, relationships are. Now, her story is that her boyfriend almost killed her in a hotel room. She escaped, hopped into a cab, and was screaming and crying, saying, God, what is my purpose? Why? Why does this happen? Like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. What is my purpose? I don't get it. And I'm getting like total shivers as I'm talking about this right now, and I don't even know why. Maybe it's for somebody listening right now. But she said she got the answer as clear as day, as clear as day. And it was, she needed to have this experience in order to realize how important it was that she stand up, speak out, and teach women how to generate an income on their own so they can take their power back and they don't have to rely on an unhealthy relationship or feel stuck in their lives in order to, okay? So I'm almost in tears right now. So clearly this is why I hired her, right? It was, so because I knew the importance of creating the life that I want to live because I want to live it, not, feeling like I can't do it for whatever relationship I was in, I guess. So I definitely needed a mentor that could support me through this. So if you guys want that one, absolutely. Now, I'm going to think of a way for you guys to, okay, I got it. Let's go back to the screen share. And when I'm done the screen share, I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys a little quiz. And whoever answers me first is going to get one of these books of your choice. I know what I'm going to do. I know. Okay, so I love this. Not only are we in the universe is in us, okay? That's so important to know. Like, you could have a belief of, we're microcosms. We are all microcosms of the universe. We are all little miniature universes. That is why the law of attraction is, okay? We all are our own little universe, and we can attract whatever the hell it is that we want to attract. We just got to know how to do it, right? The universe will rearrange itself to make it happen once you say yes, but not beforehand. So if you're sitting on something and you want to see it happen, but you haven't fully committed yourself to it, then that's what it says. Fabienne Fredrickson, she was one of my very first high-end business coaches. I loved this. And this is part of the reason why I said yes. I said yes to coaching. Believe you deserve it, and the universe will serve it. Okay, let me pull up something here. Actually, I'll pull it up. Okay, so another example of how I said yes and I worried about it later was recently when Toastmasters came about. I was presented with an opportunity to attend Toastmasters. Jamie, who's here today, is in my Toastmasters group. And he said, I was presented with the opportunity and I was like, all right, I'll come check it out. I didn't fully say yes. I was going to Mexico 2 weeks later. And then when I got back, I was exhausted. So I went the week after. I was like, all right, let's do this. I think Zafia asked me like 6 times or something. And I went. But before I went, I said, yes, yeah, I'm going to do it. Let's do this. Being a single mom, I have kids first thing in the morning. It starts at 6:59 a.m. How the hell was I going to do it? I didn't know. I didn't care. All I knew is that I was going to do it, and I made the commitment to do it. And when I made the commitment to do it, I asked the universe, Kate, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Spend some time thinking about it, asking the questions. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my daughter could use $20 of gas every week. Call my daughter up. Yeah, Mom, I'll be there. She comes over. I leave the house at 6:30. She's here. She gets $20 and takes my kiddies to their programs on Thursday, right? And it worked out. And if that didn't work out, I was like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Well, I have a friend who's amazingly supportive. So when I need her, she's like, yeah, I'll help you. I'll take them, whatever the case is. But at the time, if I would have said, no, I can't do this because this is my obligation and this is what I have to do or whatever the case is, then I wouldn't be going. And I'm telling you, it's amazing. That's just one more example. So I'm going to share with you guys the Shift Your Money Mindset to Create the Freedom That You Guys Deserve Today, Invest in Yourself online program. Okay. It's designed to find out where you are in your life, where you want to be and how to get there. Where you want to be, meaning, do you want an online business? Do you want to open a store? Do you want to work at home? Do you want to generate 10K a month? And then I hold your hand, walk you through, get you there. Okay. People are seeing results in the program, guys. People are seeing results in the program, like huge results. 9 modules. Okay. The first one is you find out where you're at. The importance of mastering habits and rituals. Every successful person out there has habits and rituals, and successful habits and rituals, because you can have habits and rituals that really hold you back. So knowing the difference between those. Module 3, fear, ego, and resistance. Module 4, universal laws. It's not only about the secret. It's not only about the law of attraction, you guys. You need to know about all the other universal laws and how to apply them. Radical honesty, getting really honest about what it is that you want to experience. Getting really honest about really who you are, right? This morning in the radio show, we talked about people got to figure out who they are, right? A lot of times we don't want to admit it, or we feel like we've never had time to discover it. Feminine and masculine energy play a huge role in business and in life, okay? Money mindset, there's a lot of really key worksheets that you guys work through to get really clear on what your money mindset is and where you want it to be. And then step-by-step videos, how to create your business, online business. Step 1, step 2, module 9, time management. And guess what? I decided I'm adding another module. The other module is going to be how to create your coaching practice, okay? Specifically for coaches, how to create that, how to set up your online modules, which modules to do, how do you do an intro session, right? What's the process of coaching other coaches or coaching people, and how do you wrap up? Okay. Like there's a ton of information here, a ton of processes that I share with my clients that they can teach their clients. So this, and part of the thing that you get, oh, look, I took this, so I could show you exactly where to go to apply. If you guys have been sitting on the fence and you want to apply just to see if this program is right for you, I offer a free 60-minute session to find out if we're a good fit together. So when you go to my website, investinyourselfcourse.com, under the home, you see apply. Fill in your information there, book a call with me, and then we'll talk about it. No obligation, none whatsoever. I say this every week, but the worst thing that can happen is that you walk away with amazing content that's going to help your business and your life. And investinyourselfcourse.com. Okay. Now I'm going to hop back on over here. Now, let me just pull up something here because I had a few things written down that I wanted to share with you guys. And I can't find it. That's good. So what are you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling right now? How are you feeling? How has attending this webinar, hearing about the importance saying yes has on your life and your business, how has it made an impact on you guys? Like, I could have gone on all day long. I actually have a Word document that's like a page full of examples of my clients and so many other people. 6 feet tall and bulletproof. Yeah, totally. We're always, if I could leave you guys with anything, this is what I'm going to leave you with. Experiencing fear is a good thing. We get into the habit of running away from fear, okay? But if you don't push those boundaries, if you don't step out of that comfort zone, if you don't pretty much learn how to walk into fear and make those decisions, then you're not moving forward, okay? Then you're not moving forward. And it's like, how many quotes are out there that pretty much say, do what only 1% of people do? It's on my phone because I look at it every day. To be part of the 1%, you must do what the 1% dare to do. And guess what the 1% dare to do? Right? Guess what the 1% dare to do? They dare to walk into fear. They say, screw it. If this is what I want to experience, this is what I'm going to do. And the magic is in the decision. Once you make the decision, then you, the universe, God, divinity, they're not going to leave you hanging. You're going to make it happen. Can you hear my kids in the background? I can't hear that. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Now, it was my birthday just recently, and in celebration of that and in celebration of all the successes that my clients have been having, I've extended the program and I've increased the program. Okay, the price for the program is going to increase by the end of the month. So if you guys are sitting on it, and I know that there's a few people sitting on it, but if you guys are sitting on it, I really invite you to connect with me and see if this is a good fit and sign up before the end of the month. I'll be sending an email out, and like detailed email of all the frequently asked questions about the program to answer any of your questions that you may have. But until then, I have one of these two books. Lori. Okay, first, Louise, Opening My Eyes to New Possibilities. You're adorable, Louise, and absolutely right. You don't know what you don't know. 90% of success is showing up. Simply showing up, and then you're going to hear things that you've never heard before. Things are going to resonate, in a way that they've never resonated with you before. Jamie says, Lori. Lori's adorable, and she is in our Toastmasters as well. And I guess this morning she said, feel the fear and go with it. Absolutely. Fear is like, it is scary. It is scary to be who you are, to honor that, and to do what only 1% of the people do. But do you want to experience this type of success? Right? I know I do. I absolutely know I do. Mark. FAR's purpose is to keep us from pain, but there is no greater pain than fear itself. You know what, guys? One day I'm going to host a webinar on my biggest fear. I'm not going to do it today. This is another webinar. But I have been crippled by some fears in my past. And it's literally that. It's crippling. It's freaking crippling. And you can't breathe, and it's hard to move forward, and screw it. Why? Why? Just whenever you feel like you're crippled by fear, go back and look at Steve Jobs' quote. I'll post it in the event page for you guys. But look at that quote and just know that if you don't do it, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? How can I miss another webinar now? Oh no, I promise you, you guys do not want to miss any webinars, because one day I might just share this juicy bit of information with you and you'll be like, what? Anyways, cliffhanger. Yeah. Okay, so I got from bankrupt to $900 a day selling moss because I love this woman and I owe my success to this woman, even though I pay her lots of money. Take your power back now. Seriously, I have like tears in my eyes right now talking about this book. So, name 4 out of 9 of my modules in the Invest in Yourself course. 4 out of 9 of the modules. Is that too hard? Let me text my little confidant. You know who you are. Is that too hard of a question? Come on. Yes. 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 Are you on my website? Yeah. Yes, Jamie. You got it. I didn't even think of that. I'm like, oh, that can't be too hard in the middle of it. Okay, Jamie, which one do you want? Which one do you want? No. Okay, then you got a great memory. Which one do you want, Mr. Jamie? Tell me, tell me, tell me. I need a latte. I'm going to Starbucks. I'm not feeling well, but I don't care. I'm driving. Yeah, take your power back now. Mwah! I'm going to share this with Vanessa too. Look what I did. All right, I will send that to you. So the last time I owed you a book, Jamie, I went to this store. I went to that store. They were sold out. The next week, I was like, I think I ended up ordering it from Amazon. So I hope you you got it. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. And you know what? I am totally honoring you guys for sticking through it with me today, because it's almost like I can't put pressure on my body to be as enthusiastic as I usually am. But you know what? I don't care. I'm here. I didn't care that I was in my bed. I'm like, you know what? Who's ever meant to be here will be here. I love you all. I'm celebrating each and every one of you guys. And please join me next week, because I'm thinking in my head, you know, as I'm getting ready for this webinar, I think next week I'm going to give you some really key points. I'm going to show you guys maybe a couple of things, like really concrete information, not so mindset-y. It's going to be like actually putting your online mastermind together so you can host a higher end online coaching program like I have, or creating your coaching packages so you can get ready to sell those. It's going to be something concrete, something that you can walk away with and go, okay, I got my 6 sessions. I'm ready to go from A to Z, and let's start making some money, put it together, make some money, sell it, start helping people. So I love you all. Thank you again. And who doesn't need a latte? Absolutely. Okay, perfect, Jamie. I'll message you after. Take care, guys. I love you all. Stay tuned for next week.